So a lot of things has been going on lately. A few days ago, it was reported that around 75 people have been hit in Chicago and 14 gone. Go back 5 years, the same thing has happened every summertime. That's what they do in the summer. That's what they be doing. Literally, that's what they're doing. Going out, you're doing all these different stuff. All these different things happening in the summertime. King Von, new music is out by King Von. A single was dropped yesterday, which will be followed up by his album. New music is dropping with King Von. They're dropping his music. There is also a new theory that links to YMW Melly when it comes to the King Von situation. We're all watching the trial and everything take place right now, and the trial is going down. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about everything. So starting with Quando Rondo, news came out that Quando Rondo is inside behind the jail. They put together a RICO charge on Quando Rondo. They was in Savannah raiding the houses and everything. Apparently he turned himself in, and they have been releasing all this information about it. Very interesting. Quando Rondo manages a gang down in Savannah. He's selling the green. He has been walking around with a tap phone all this time. How long now he's been walking around with this phone? How much evidence have they probably got on him saying all these different things? It looks like they've been putting this paperwork together for about a year now on Quando Rondo. And now it's coming out. It's probably always been the case. Quando Rondo being the head of this gang that they're talking about, right? They will also use the situation he is a part of. So it looks like Quando Rondo will not be coming out anytime soon. The YMW Melly situation. The trial is currently going on. And a lot of people, at first, people felt like they might take YMW Melly. They might take him as YMW Melly versus the chair. And it is still YMW Melly versus the chair. YMW Melly versus the image. Will YMW Melly beat the image? After sitting there for a week and everything, people are realizing that they may not have enough evidence to find YMW Melly guilty. They do not have any witnesses or the one that was used to commit the act. Comes to the evidence that they do have, which is forensic evidence, not all the time it is 100% accurate without a doubt. There is a lot of things that may not be what they said it is when it comes to this investigation that they done and put together and everything against Melly. So a lot of people believe that YMW Melly will end up walking free. YMW Melly might beat this case, or if anything, the image is what will put him in the chair. A lot of people feel they do not have any solid proof, but then at the same time, the forensic evidence cannot be played with. They cannot be played with. The system and how they deal with these cases and the methods they use in these different things, it's like an 80% chance he's going to be found guilty in this situation. Like forensic evidence, you can't play. That's what they use all the time. So at this point, it's 50-50. Will YMW Melly beat the image? A lot of questions is being asked about this. And so far, they are saying, yes, YMW Melly's image could affect the trial and will be brought up at some point. And they are going to use the image against him. The trial will last for about 2 to 3 more weeks. It is going to be crazy. They are trying to take YMW Melly right before our eyes. Will YMW Melly end up beating the chair? YMW Melly's team have requested for a mistrial. It was denied. His lawyers is trying everything to get him out of this situation, everything to get him off of this case. And we also know that they have lowered the bar since the last 50 years, apparently since Boosie. They have lowered the bar to where they made it easier for him to get deputy. They have made it very easy for him to get the chair. So it's going to be interesting to see how it's all going to go down. What is going to happen with YMW Melly? Like, they are trying their best to get him out of this situation. All this money they spent behind these lawyers, will it end up paying off? This video was also going viral of him ghost boxing. In the end, he might end up pleading insanity. Like, that might just be the last straw. They end up pleading insanity because there's all these different clips and things that they can use to prove that he is not in his right mind. And I mean, Is it really an actor? Is something really wrong with YMW Melly? What would have led him to do that? Like, it's just crazy outside in the streets. It's crazy out there. And another thing, every time they mention 100K track in the trial, it hits. Every time they mention 100K track, it hits. Literally like 100K track. They're mentioning him. All these different things are coming up in the trial. The new evidence they're putting out, like different things they're releasing to the public and stuff. And then there was an undercover yesterday on the stand. They had to mask his face in the poo shiesty, where they had to give him the poo shiesty mask. Literally, he was on the stand, masked up and everything, talking about the gangs and all these different gangs and running down the signs and, you know, everything about all these different gangs and stuff. And he looked like, this person looked like they've been going from gang to gang to gang and all this. They've been joining all these different gangs and stuff, and they know about all the gangs. And it is an undercover. Like, it's just something else. They were going back and forth about if he's going to be recognized, because, you know, 1 minute he's on the stand with the mask, but then he's walking around without the mask and stuff, and everyone like seems to know who he is inside the court. So, and then there's a lot of other things they are like mentioning as well when it comes to the camera people that are in there constantly zooming in on Melly. All these pictures being taken, the rights of the media is not coming up, you know, being in the court and everything, and they're trying to use Melly's case as an example to put in more rules when it comes to these videographers, all these people filming, constantly taking all these pictures, all these pictures. I don't like, this is the thing, YMW Melly's there, he's in front of you, why you have to take all these pictures and all these different pictures constantly every single minute? Like, it is just madness. It is just like, it is just madness. 60 pictures every 60 seconds. YMW Juvy's dad did an interview explaining why he believes YMW Melly is responsible for what happened to his son. He said that they never turned up to the funeral and they were ducking and hiding him and all this stuff, and eventually when they spoke about the situation, there was no remorse shown, like it didn't even happen. And he believes this happens because they was about to sell the YMW Melly brand. They was about to sell the YMW Melly brand, sell all this stuff, do all these different things, and all the money will come in. And, you know, he feels like that's why the situation happens, because YMW Melly ended up taking out the two that created the brand with him while they were in high school coming up and stuff. He said, you know, you don't care about all the tattoos and all these different things. He believes YMW Melly is responsible. So he also mentioned that they are paying off his daughter, Juvy's sister. She is also out here campaigning for YMW Melly, talking about free him, all these different things. She's corrupted in the mind, corrupted in the brain. This is what he's saying. He will also be doing other interviews. His next interview is with DJ Academics, where he's going to be voicing his opinion and breaking down why he thinks YMW Melly should. I mean, even in this interview, he said an eye for an eye type thing. He wants YMW Melly to be put into the chair and stuff. So that's a whole other thing. So the King Von situation and the link between YMW Melly. So there is a video that has been found where Sack Chaser is actually on live explaining what happened with him and Quando, Rondo, YB's team. They had a scuffle in the club and everything. They were all scuffling in the club, and then like it kind of started from there. So people have come up with this theory saying that, you know, all leads back to YMW Melly. The King Von situation all leads back to YMW Melly. And YMW Melly's situation with Quando, Rondo and them could be the reason why they ended up getting King Von. It goes all the way back to YMW Melly, because King Von is cool with YMW Melly, and then Fredo bangs in it as well, and there's like a whole bunch of theories around it. Even 100K track where he said that he feel like, thinking back about it now, that King Von may have actually video timed the ops without anyone knowing. That's what 100K track said he believes right now, because people from Chicago and stuff, they be FaceTiming the ops, all these different theories coming out and everything. Certain stuff about Little Dirk and all of it is coming up. But so far, they are now saying it goes back to YMW Melly. They had a scuffle in the club with Quando, Rondo and his crew team, leads back to YB and all these other different people in the industry. So it's interesting. It's interesting.